What's up, guys? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time it is. I hope you guys are all thriving, succeeding. I sparked the video up, and I wanted to talk with you guys. I wanted to politic with you guys, talk about life and what it is that I know that I received. Recently, I was looking over the scripture. It was James chapter 2. And in James chapter 2, it says, faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. And I pondered to myself, what does that mean? Faith without works is dead. I remember at one point in time in my life, I used to just be so faithful, just so hopeful that things was going to work out. Just was going to work out. And I would sit there on my couch and just say, you know what? Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. Whatever is for me will come to me. It's gonna come to me. It's gonna just magically drop in my lap. Now I'm looking back at it, I can laugh at it. I can be like, yo, that's crazy. You really thought that? Yeah, I really thought I didn't have to do anything. That it would just fall in my lap. Like I would just get blessed. And there were times where I definitely got provided for and I didn't do anything. I remember one time I was sitting at home and I needed like an extra $200. And my insurance company sent me $200 in the mail for being a good customer. I never had that happen before. So when that happened, that kind of like fueled the fire a little bit for me. Like, yes, see, I'll just be faithful. It's going to come to me. It was going to come to me. But I didn't realize that there was some work behind that. What was the work that I did behind that? I was paying my bill on time. How did I get money to pay them bills? I had to work, right? So everything ended up working out in an alignment where the money was there. I was paying my bills, and me paying my bills, I got rewarded for doing the right thing. I didn't know my insurance company was going to do that, but I still had to do some kind of work for it to happen. I sparked the video up because when we work, we need to be faithful. When we're faithful, we need to work. You can't have one without the other. It also says in James chapter 2, like the body without a spirit is dead, so is faith without work. So we can be hopeful all we want to. We can sit and pray all we want to. And if we don't do anything about it, nothing will happen. If we don't work towards something, nothing will happen. Patterns, action, reaction. If you don't do anything, nothing will happen. You sit there, nothing. So, in saying all of that, whenever you go to work, whenever you do anything in your home, whatever you do, when you pay a bill, anything that you do that you consider work, could be folding clothes, could be cleaning up the house, could be your 9 to 5, could be your business, could be your trading, could be in the marketplace in some other sort of fashion. It could be any one of these things. That's work. You need to be faithful in your work. It's one thing to just say, you know what, I want $1 million right now. Like I'm gonna get $1 million one day. How many people do you know, or how many times in your life have you said, you know, I just want to be a millionaire. I just want 100,000. I just want 50,000. I just want to get blessed with this money. But you just sit there and pray about it, then you sit on your hands and you don't do nothing. What work are you putting in? Okay, fine. Let's say you're putting work in. You say, I want 50,000. I want 100,000. Now you're working towards those things. Okay, now you want 150,000. Now you're working every day. You're like, you know what? If I work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, I can make it happen. But those 2, 3 jobs is not enough to make you that 100,000. Let's say you start investing now. You start investing. You're like, I'm gonna make 100,000 this year. And you start working and you do everything you can to make that 100,000, but you're still not hitting it yet. You need to be faithful. You can't have one without the other. You can put all that work in and still fall short. Why? Because you can't control anything outside of your actions. You can't control anything outside of your choices. I can't control anything outside of my choices. I can trade all day long. I can work my 2 jobs. I can invest in my businesses. Let's say all those things happen and I'm doing all those things. I'm showing up in all the places. Now, I want to hit a certain amount. I don't know when that certain amount is going to come to me. It could be that same day. It could be that next day. It could be that next week. It could be that next year. It could be that next month. I have no idea when I'm going to get blessed with that. I have no idea. Guess who's in control of that? The Lord. I'm not in control of that. God is. It could be the next day where everything just clicks. I get a whole influx of customers coming to my business. It could be an influx where my strategy was working in the trading space, and all of a sudden I just figured it out. It just clicked, and now money is just pouring in. I don't know when it's going to happen. I can't control this day, that day. ChatGPT can't tell me on November 5th, you're going to get paid this amount of money. A brother or sister can't come to me and say, you know what? You keep working like that. By this date, you're going to have that. You're going to reach that goal. No, I got to be faithful because I don't know when it's going to happen. But I know if I'm faithful in my work, I know that if I'm consistent in what I'm doing, I know that if I'm intentional behind the things that I'm doing and I'm faithful, it'll pay off at some point. Let's say I'm showing up to work and all the things I'm doing at work, me just being a person of integrity, showing up, doing what I'm supposed to do, go the extra mile. You got so many people that won't do something outside their job description, like, nah, that's outside of my job. That's not me. I don't need to do that. I don't get paid to do that. Why not just go the extra mile and be a person of integrity? Why not? Why not go and push yourself to do more for the job? It's not just about the money, because who knows who's watching. Now, at that same time, you go ahead and you put that work in, somebody in the corner that has some kind of status in that position or over that job can look at you and say, yo, I want to promote that guy. I've been watching him work. And you have no idea they've been watching you. They go tell a person. That person go tell a person. That person tells you they want you to interview. That person tells you, come on and let's go. I want you in this position. I want you here. And you get a major pay increase. You had no idea that was going to happen, but you were faithful. You were working. You were being a person of integrity. You put your best foot forward. You didn't know that was going to happen, but it happened. You see what I'm saying? There's a verse, Galatians, I want to say Galatians 6:9, and if I'm wrong, I'm going to correct myself either in the comments or I'm going to edit this video. I'm going to edit this video regardless, because I need to start putting the scriptures in the videos. I believe it's Galatians 6:9, I think. And it says, don't grow weary or grow tired in your work, because in due time you will reap. In the right time, when you're putting the work in, it doesn't have to be that same day. It doesn't have to be that next day, that next week. But it will happen. You just have to be faithful. You have to be faithful. And you don't have to be faithful, but you can keep struggling and just figuring things out on your own and keep saying, you know what, I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it, and keep stretching yourself then to the point where you don't know when you're going to get it. And you keep trying to force something to happen, and it's not its time to happen. It's not a season for it to happen. You can keep trying to force your hand on things, and then it may not happen. And you can be stressed out. Why is this not working? Why is this not working? Why not yet? I'm not ready. In due time, it will happen. Keep putting that work in, brother. Keep going. Keep pushing forward, because you don't know when it will work out. Keep that business that you keep putting and investing in. You have no idea why you're investing in it, why you're putting so much work in it. Be faithful. Be faithful. And to the person that's just being faithful and not working, hey, you got to put some work in. You can't have one without the other. Because you can be faithful all you want, but then you just say, I want to grow my business, and you can pray about it all day long. When nothing happens, look at what you're doing. You're not doing no work. Then look at the person that's just working without faith. What are you doing? You're just working and working and working and working, but you have no idea when it's going to pay off. You're just working. And you're thinking you're going to force something to happen, and when it doesn't happen, you're ready to quit because you're not faithful. You can't have one without the other. There's another scripture. It's in Ecclesiastes, and I'm going to put the chapter here, the verse here, because I actually don't, guys, I don't remember. Don't judge me. I'm going to put it here. That's why we study the word. That's why we study ourselves, so we can, for these very moments, it's the work that goes on behind the scenes. In Ecclesiastes, it says, I believe it says, Whatever you find your hand doing, do with all your might. Whatever you find yourself doing, do with all your might. That means be a person of integrity. That means go the extra distance. That means do whatever you find yourself doing. It could be driving. It could be sitting down. It could be listening. It could be folding your clothes. It could be cleaning up your house. It could be working your 9 to 5. It could be working your business. It could be studying. Whatever you find yourself doing, do it to the best of your ability. Be intentional. Work with integrity, with intention, again, with purpose. Set your standard high in everything that you do, because first off, you don't know who's watching, and someone's always watching. And secondly, you don't know when it's going to pay off. You don't know when you're going to get that blessing, bro. You have no idea when it's going to come to you. So just be faithful, work, be diligent, do these things. This is a reminder for myself. This is a reminder for you guys. You know, I really wanted to start these videos up, and I didn't want to just speak at you guys. So I wanted to bring more personal experiences and just have a conversation, because at the end of the day, this is what it is. This is a council. I'm talking with you guys. This isn't just about me. It's about us. It's bigger than myself. That's another thing. It's bigger than myself. Me being faithful and me working, it's not just to feed myself and my family. It's also to benefit others, strangers that I may come across. It may be a brother a younger brother that comes across that needs guidance. I would like to be in a position to help. I have no idea when that brother's gonna come. Just recently, since this is a council and I'm sharing with you guys, just recently I was praying. I've been praying. I always pray. I was praying. I said, Lord, I want to coach. Like, I want to coach. I want to coach an AAU basketball team. I want to coach something. Like, I want to be a coach. Like, that's what I want to do. I've been saying that for the longest. And to be honest, I wasn't doing anything towards that goal. I just prayed about it. Long story short, some time goes by since I made that prayer, since I said that prayer. Nothing. Why? I wasn't playing basketball. I wasn't doing anything to even get myself better at basketball, to try to coach people. I wasn't putting myself in spaces where other basketball players were at. I just didn't do it. Anyway, fast forward, and mind you, I said this prayer years ago. It kind of just slipped my mind. But I started playing basketball again this year, a lot more. I started getting better again. I started getting the hang of. I started getting back in the flow of playing basketball. I got back on my grind. I'm pretty decent when it comes to hooping. Anyway, this younger guy, he comes in. He remind me of myself a little bit, because he like talking junk. You know, he competitive. He wanna compete, but he like talking junk too. So you know what? I say, yo, check up, man. Come on, let's go. Let's hoop. And I cooked this little butt. Cooked him. I cooked him. And we played. I said, man, you know what, man? If you want to get coached, man, you want to play like how old are you? He told me his age. I'm like, yo, and I just said it. I was kind of joking, but halfway not. I'm like, yo, man, you know what? If you want to show up here, you want to hoop more. I'm like, you want to get ready for the season for next year? Yo, man, you know I could coach you, man. I could coach you. It ain't nothing. So, fast forward again. We start playing basketball. He's like, yeah, I want to do that. So now, every week, me and Lil Bro get in the gym. We coach. We do drills together. We learn from our mistakes while we in there. We get our reps in, our dribbling in, our shots in. And over time, we keep getting better. Me and him both. And it dawned on me where I realized, I'm like, I prayed about this a long time ago that I wanted to coach. I wanted to coach. And that was like my introduction. I didn't know when that was going to happen. I had no idea, but I prayed. And you know, outside of praying and being faithful, I ended up putting some work in. I had no idea that I was going to meet Lil Bro and he was going to say, yeah, I actually do want to get coached. Like, I actually do want to start training. I had no idea that was going to happen. But that's a prime example in life. That's a prime example of this right here, being faithful and working and being faithful. It didn't have to be a 9 to 5. I worked playing basketball. I worked I worked out. I was training and getting better myself. And in due time, guess what? It took a year, 2 years, but that was because of me. That's because I didn't put no work in. But in due time, I reaped what I was supposed to get. when I started being intentional, when I played basketball, when I figured out what I was doing wrong on the court and I was getting better, when people were showing up at the court, when I was playing 5v5s with good competition, when nobody was at the gym, I would still get shots in. I would still get reps in. When I show up to the basketball court, I still go do something, because at the end of the day, I want to be better in everything. I do whatever you find yourself doing, do with all your might. So even if the competition's good, if there's no competition, if it's just me, no matter what, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. And me doing that, when the time came, I didn't know when it was going to happen, but I was prepared because I was being faithful. I was being diligent. I was stewarding my time wisely. I didn't know that was going to happen, but when it happened, I was ready. So I say that whole story to end this video off because, first off, like I said, I want to be more personable with you guys, man. And I've been trying to stay away from long form content over 15, 16 minutes because I've noticed people, attention span is not there. But for the people that's supposed to watch this and want to watch this, man, and you made it this far, I appreciate you. I love you all anyway, if you watched it this far or not. But I hope you guys all got something out of this. The second reason why I said that story is because I want to be more personable with you guys. I want to share more of my life with you guys. This is a counsel. This is what we do, you know. It's just testimony. We talk. You guys get to know a little more about me, and the more this audience grows, I get to know more about you guys. We laugh a little more, you know. This will grow. This thing will grow. That's certain. It already has been. I just need to continue to be honest with this thing and continue to show up and be faithful in this work as well. I do appreciate everybody here. I love you all, and I pray that your day continues to go amazing. I pray that you guys continue to be amazing. You continue to do the work that you were called to do, and let's continue to be great together.